So I wanted to just take a moment or two to show you how to give yourself a massage just using either a tennis ball, or these are actually dog balls that I bought from the Euro shop. They were two, I think, for $1.50. So they're made of rubber and they're fairly soft. There's a little bit of kind of squash in them. You don't want to go too hard with this because it can get pretty painful. So we have done this in class if you're somebody that comes to my class, but I always think these are nice things to put out there as reminders because we forget all of the things we learn. And this is particularly good for releasing kind of tension in the upper back and around the shoulder area. So, you know, these are stressful times and I'm sure there is tension around in the body. So maybe find yourself a tennis ball and let's get rolling. So firstly, we're going to take the ball to space around your shoulder blades. But if you think about your spine running down the center, you're going off to one side just a little bit and you're going to try and hold the ball in position. You're going to lean against the wall and then walk your feet a little bit away from the wall. And then you should feel some pressure onto that area where the ball is, and you can start to bend your knees and roll into that area. You're going to start to maybe feel some yummy stuff going on. And you can go up and down, or you can just stay steady. If you find a tension point, you might just rock a little bit side to side into it, or make some like small circular movements. And you can go all around the back this way. So if I shift over a little bit, I can roll into my other shoulder as well. If you struggle to position the ball high enough up your back because there's restrictions in the shoulder, put the ball in a sock and dangle the sock down behind you until you can find the right place where you're holding that tension. So that's how to kind of work into the shoulders and that upper back area. And then another area where we hold a lot of tension is actually around the upper arms. So I quite like to take the ball and place it right against the upper arm, lean against the wall, and then you make like little circles with your shoulder. So you start to roll that ball. If I show you this side, it's as though it's kind of rolling around that area. And it's strangely really quite nice. So you could do one upper arm and then you might move around onto the other upper arm. And then another area where we might have tension without realizing it is in our butt, in the glutes. So you can take the ball, place it against your butt cheek, lean against the wall. And again, if you bring your feet a little bit further forward from the wall, little circular movements, working right into the muscle in that butt cheek. And you might find some little kind of pressure points there where almost like you jump away from the wall when you find them. I just got one. So I love to do this in class because I get all these kind of glazed eyes as people start to connect to their body and go, ooh, what's going on there? That's interesting. So great way to get you to connect into your body. Also, staying with this area, if you go a little bit higher, so like at the top of your bum cheek, across this area here, if I roll across there, the piriformis, this is where a lot of these big muscles are attached. So if you place the ball just along that line somewhere, and then you take your hips side to side, and you're going to roll right across that area. That can feel quite nice too. And then, once you, and I'm going very fast through this, so you can stay a lot longer in each place if you want to. The outside here of your, kind of like your hip, where your glute again joins around, right in there. And then leaning against the wall. And again, little circular movements. So you have to kind of maybe lift up onto your tiptoes and circle around. So again, if I show you from the side, it's kind of moving around this area like that. All right? Again, You can use these just with your hands. You can massage into areas where you maybe have a little bit of tightness at the front of the shoulders. You can press into muscles and kind of roll the ball a little bit, so kind of press and turn it. Anywhere in your body where you're feeling any kind of tightness. You can also roll down the IT band against the wall, so I would have to here position that and bend my knee and then kind of roll up and down that area. That can be a little bit sore. And then finally, kind of save the best to last, if you take the ball underneath your foot and keep your heel on the floor, but press the ball against the ball of your foot. So it's like the widest part of your foot, and you want to spread your toes. And you're going to go side to side. So we start to work side to side. And that's going to give us a little bit of work for the ankle as well. And then when you've done that for a little while, you might start to kind of squish the ball along the sole of your foot, like the inner arch and the outside of that foot. And it's so good. And what you're doing there is you're kind of spreading all the little bones in your foot, and you're getting all of those muscles and ligaments and tendons all opening up. And then once you've spent a little bit of time there, and you could actually just roll it forward and back as well a few times, is to just place that foot back on the floor, and maybe for a moment close your eyes and just notice how different that foot feels to the other foot. So before you can kind of move on, feel into each part of your body to see the kind of result of that massage. So those are my top tips for using a tennis ball or a dog ball or any ball that you've got lying around the house. I wouldn't go with a golf ball, it can be very, very sore. But yeah, self-massage, self-care, we need it now more than ever.